make it like yeah, I had to mute myself for a second. Don't worry about making it good. Make sure it lasts or lasting. Like make sure you just do.
Mm,
Like I told my ex Brandy about me having a dream about us
mm.
first time having sex because I was a virgin,
See,
by the
I
way.
told you. She's streaming.
And so Brandy and I, when I tell you like the first time he was like, okay, fuck it, it happened, baby. When I tell you he kissed me up and down my body and didn't even ask if this good because he knew. Uh,
But that's when you're confident. When you're not really sure, that's when people ask. Either they don't really have a lot of experience or they don't really know their power as a person yet.
well, he
Is
had
when they
sex
have
with
to
plenty of
ask.
people, and no, it was the emotional connection because you don't. That I see what you're saying, but for me, when mm-mm. a
I have
Leo,
to be
a
emotionally I
Leo,
have to
and
be emotionally connected as well.
a Leo, it doesn't matter like that. If you speak that love language, oh, and we care, bitch. We're gonna like. There's not nothing that a Leo would not do for somebody she cares for. Like when I mean care for, like they're on the same level. They show the care, they show the loyalty. Oh, that shit reflected back. Oh, we become the biggest freaks. We just don't let it know. And we love to know that we pleasing because that makes us more crazy. I'm telling you, from a Leo
Oh yeah.
standpoint, freak off the sheet. Like my ex-husband, I didn't care for, but he didn't want to let me go because I was a freak. I like chose my virginity to get lost to him, but it didn't lose it because the doctor had to pop my cherry. But that's anyways. Um, but yeah, I discovered everything sexually from him. I realized that the things that I love and the things I don't love, like, and some of them are very non-complex, and some of them aren't. You know, and it's about control. I love when somebody could take the control over me. The reason why I act like that is because I want somebody to say no. Dominate me in a positive way. Because I am a cat. I am curious. I am going to pounce. I am going to do this, blah, 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 blah. That's in my nature. I'm a fixed sign.
Hmm.
I'm a part of being a fixed sign. Just like Capricorns, one of their favorites, the things that they have struggled with, they is in their minds. Everything's a constant battle in their mind of, trust and blah, blah, blah. And the Pisces, y'all are just stagnant as fuck. Y'all get sad, and then the next thing you know, it's just like, all
What?
your shit
Excuse me.
goes out the window.
Excuse me.
I mean,
Don't speak for every
if the
Pisces, and
shoe,
I'm not
if the
like that.
shoe fits, the shoe fits, the shoe fits.
You should
You
say
can't say
some
like
Pisces.
so. No, 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 no. I said no. Pisces. Y'all favorite trait is to stay. If it doesn't bother you, you get relaxed in it. You become really relaxed in knowing whatever. But y'all still in your mind about what if. And you can't tell me that because you hit me up with what ifs. Y'all
That's
worry.
different though. That doesn't
That's
have
the
to do
same.
with
It does. Has everything to do with that. Why did it, my
for
thing
me.
did. Well,
For
I
me,
accept as
I
a. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I accept as a Leo my negatives. They think I'm
Hmm.
egotistic, but I'm not. I'm very self centered because if I don't know how to love me first, how the fuck am I going to love somebody else? Second of all, we are
Right.
materialistic. We do love the finer things in life. There's nothing wrong with that. Do we?
Hmm.
Do we not? Do we scream for help? Me asking for
No.
help is the worst thing ever because I don't do it. And I hate relying on people because not just the fact that I hate Owen, it's not the Owen part. It's the fact that people are now seeing through what I don't let people in on, you know.
Hmm.
And I couldn't control that. And I had to realize those are the bad traits about a Leo. We are, and then some people say we're crazy and we're controlling. We're not trying to control you, we're trying to protect you. There is a fucking difference. There's a huge fucking difference. If I say I wouldn't do that if I was you because I've been through that, trust and believe I'm trying to help you avoid the same mistakes. But if you want to fuck up and fuck around and do it, that by all means, that's all on you. Because I'm not that type of person to control somebody's destiny or what they want to do based off of how they feel. I'm gonna mind my
Right.
black business. I'm gonna let you jump into the fire, and I'm gonna be like, see, as a water sign, do you like playing with fire? No.
Yeah, I do. I love playing with fire.
Right.
I love
I
fire.
Tauruses are stubborn as fuck, but best lovers ever. Tauruses will fuck the shit out of you and cook you dinner afterwards, right? Tauruses, to gain their trust is very hard, but once they trust you, like what Adrian said, once you get that unlocked, there's not nothing a Taurus wouldn't do with it for you because they got a big hearts and
nothing,
even bigger stomachs.
nothing, nothing.
Unfortunately for me, I feel like it's
And that's
kind
it.
of like a double-edged sword. Because when I'm with a person, or
Oh, the
if
servers
I'm
went down for
interested in
fucking
a
maintenance.
person,
Go ahead.
oh damn. Um, I'm drawing a blank. I lost my damn train of thought.
Right. I don't ever get overprotected of the negatives about me. There's always going to be negatives as there is going to be positives. I just learned to embrace my negatives as the same as my strengths because if I don't,
Oh, I remember. Okay, so me as a person, or I don't know if it's just like a water sign thing or if it's just a Pisces thing, but for me, when I'm interested in a person, or if I am dating this person and I'm dating to last long romantically with this person, I I feel like it's like a double-edged sword, but at the same time, I do trust my person not easily, but more
y'all give
than what
your
I would
trust
trust the
without for
average
right. That's a
without,
Pisces
more
thing.
than the average person. Um and for me it's like, because me personally also going through what I went through with the other person, I I wouldn't want to put somebody else through those things that I've been through. And so when I find a person and I start pouring into the person, it's not because of the simple fact that, it's not that I'm not pouring into myself, because at the same time I do have my own things that I do for myself, but it's because of the simple fact I don't ever want to give my person a reason to question or a reason to feel that I don't care or that I'm distant, or give them any reason to doubt that I'm not in it with them when I am.
Right.
And I like to pour into my person just as much as they
See you're
would
going,
pour into me.
I would love
And
this. Go ahead.
um so it's just like and again I say, like, the little things matter to me. Like, it doesn't have to be grand gestures, there doesn't have to be always, extravagant. Like, you know if I notice that your cup is empty and there's no more water, I'm gonna go refill it for you. If I notice, that you're massaging a certain part of your area because it probably hurts, I'm going to offer a massage for you. Or if I see that, I've observed that you haven't really eaten, I'm going to make a snack for you or something. Like, it's the little things for me that matter, that adds up to the
That's
big picture.
that's too much. There's
No, but
another
for
thing
me,
about. Go
that's
ahead.
my love language, though. That's how I show
Yeah,
somebody
that's
that I care.
respected. Right. But when you have love language, like when I say I'm lazy, like I don't, from what your girlfriend said, she's lazy too. And there is a stipulation where that laziness comes into like certain things don't have nothing to do with zodiac signs, but notice that then there's certain things that are literally your zodiac sign. Pisces, Pisces will when they care or they want something, they'll pour into you. Or they when you're in a relationship with them, they'll trust you right off the bat. The previous Pisces I
Mm-hmm.
was with was like that. However, that can easily turn into using a person too. The reason why Pisces is deadly is because they give you that trust, and then as soon as y'all get hurt by the most shittiest thing, like I could be like, the color of your shirt is wrong. For him, it was a joke. I told a personal joke that he told timeless and timeless again. With I'm not even going over it, and that's what sabotaged our relationship, which made him feel like he couldn't trust me, and then not making him feel like he could trust me. He then developed this disgust for me, all from a joke, which shows me in the first place you didn't really want to be with me. You were just doing these little things just to
Mm-hmm.
show me. And then when he took that away, he hurt me with that. And you never seen me become that type of person because when I
You
love
love
from my
hard.
core. I give everything. And right now I don't have it to give to anybody. Um
Which
when I
understandable.
when I was going through what I went through this year, I had to think about that too because I planted a seed and that I didn't expect to grow, and when it was that seed, it was the hardest decision I ever had to make in my life. Number 1 because
Mm-hmm.
myself comes first. If I'm not together and my mind is not together, how can I take care of anything else around me? I say I love you guys, but I had no love for me. So I was just pouring into y'all where there was an empty hole in my glass. I was just like, I'm loving y'all. And like, everybody's like, where's Zay's energy going? It went to y'all. But I say nothing for myself, especially for that person. I wasn't trying to fix their situation. I was just trying to help them achieve where they were going. And then
Mm-hmm.
when their sibling was like, "Oh, they're this, that, and the other," had so much things to say about them, and I stripped that away. The only layer that was left was the seeds that planted in their garden for them to grow, to help them grow because they said they wanted to grow it, but they didn't know how to fucking take care of it for themselves. I was very
Mm-hmm.
intellectually too smart for this person, but every other way they tried to belittle me without even realizing it. Like, Zay, you know you're doing this. Zay, you know you're doing that. I'm allowed to be human. And in every
Yeah.
relationship, and even watching you go through your own abusive relationship, I've been there, I did that, and I saved you from it. I'm not afraid to say that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see myself for saving. I was going to be with Brandy for the rest of my life, living in that situation I was fine with because I knew how my bear. I got acquainted with my bear, like, hello. But for you, you were young, and I saw myself through your lenses and was like, you went through this, and look at you right now. And I got stuck. So I did the better thing in my better judgment, despite how much I knew it was going to fuck up your life. That's how I felt I was doing. I was fucking up your life. When I called the police, when I told them that you were being choked out and that they threatened to throw the TV on you and they threatened to do said things, it was hard for me. I did go to another person that I won't name to confide in her, to ask her whether or not I was making the correct choice. Because Adrian left the chat because he was like, Zay, this is going to put you in a crisis. I didn't want to leave you in that. Because I left myself not letting everybody hear when B was yelling at me and when things turned physical with B. Nobody knew until, like Adrian said, I left the bell down. And then when people I didn't want to hear heard me get abused, that was hard. I stopped streaming because it no longer was safe for me. And I started streaming at later hours because he went to work and I could be myself. I didn't have to switch. And I saw you doing that all the time, agreeing with things you normally wouldn't agree with, doing things that you normally wouldn't do with because you were just tolerating. You no longer had love for that person. You cared for them, but it was hard. You were looking for little windows to get yourself out of. And you don't heal overnight from that. And that's where you thought you had multiple personality disorder, but no, you didn't. You compartmentalized in the ways that you learned how to deal with it without even realizing that's what you did. And that's why I told everybody in this chat needs DBT. DBT therapy, developmental therapy, to know what you're doing and how to function and rationalize under stressful situations. I no longer act erratic or say, oh my God, I'm going to die. I do what I can. And what I cannot do, I learn to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the hardest things to go through and see your weaknesses and examine them. The bad thing about when I love is I take your flaws as if they're your strengths because they are. I love you in every single way. And when I give my heart away in that category, it saves no room for anything else. I can't love somebody like that anymore. So when I say personally when I'm tired and I'm lazy, don't expect me to jump through hoops. Don't
I don't
expect me
know.
to notice the little things that you do because da 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 da. Don't expect me to call you up and write you love letters and write you poems. I'm no longer writing poetry about people who make me feel certain things. I'm writing about the way I feel, expressing those things through how they made me feel. I'm not no longer making the effort And that's, uh, like people's like, how did he fumble that, or how did these people fumble that, and like da 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 da. Like, you want a woman like this, but you could never you can't you I'm a grown ass woman, so you wouldn't know what it takes to mentally stimulate what your body says that it can penetrate. You can't. And I'm not letting nobody into my soul like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't hold an
Right.
intellectual conversation with you and you can't stimulate my mind past this, if I can't have perplexed conversations with you where it's just naturally like I could give my opinion without judgment, I don't want to be with you. I don't even
Right.
want to be around you. I don't even want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Which is understandable. I get it, and it's okay. For me, even if my person doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter because I'm still gonna do those things. Like, I feel like people that do those kind of things, the little tiny details, the love bombing, those little things, and then like as soon as something doesn't go right for them, and within that moment because they expected a certain outcome, are very, very unhealed and honestly very fucking selfish. And that's why I said person doesn't know who they are, and doesn't they don't know who they are as a person. They don't know how to function as a person because they're so used to everything going a certain way that when finally something comes along that doesn't go their way, they don't know how to fucking act. They act like an immature child. And unfortunately, these are lessons that I had to learn alone the hard way. And looking back, comparing onto, a very unhealed Pisces that I've experienced firsthand, with another said person, it was just like, bro, like, I used to be that kind of person. In all honesty, I'm gonna be really honest. If I was the old me, none of you guys would like me at all because I was in a really, really bad place, and I was just
Oh,
like,
ooh.
no, I'm telling you guys, you would not have liked the old me
If
at
I,
all.
I don't think if any of us was, well, our old persons or our elevated person. For me, I'm still that same old person. Adrian knows that for a T. He knows because from an early age, there was like, oh, you wouldn't like me for this, da da da. From an early age, I kept my shit protected. I let people fumble me on purpose. I manipulated people just to see what they how they would treat me, how they would see me. I let people fumble me on purpose, if we're going to call it that. But
Mm-hmm.
in that regards, I also don't take lightly to what I see afterwards. Like, me seeing people for who they are, it allowed me to be unfiltered. I did catfish
Mm-hmm.
people. I sure the fuck did. I sure the fuck did because it showed me who they fucking were, up close and
Oh,
personal.
sorry, excuse me.
I did. I don't trust easily. Excuse me too. I don't trust easily. It's even harder to carry a conversation with me. And
Mm-hmm.
the person that I was before, none of y'all would none of y'all could stand if I did the things that if I would allowed which I call Shaka Khan, if I allowed myself to have that power, not only would you guys be pissed, but y'all wouldn't be there to see the aftermath. I was blocked. Literally, I said what I needed to say, and that was it. And I moved the fuck on.
Mm-hmm.
I moved on by blocking people and saying how I truly felt inside. Whether they cared about it or not, it wasn't them to worry about, it was me. And that mannerism, like when I say people loved me, but when you hurt me, I blocked the shit out of you. There was no second chances. I only gave one chance. You said the wrong thing, it was blocked. And that's how Adrian was like, oh, Zay learned how to. I'm glad because day before, yeah, I was blocking bitches left and right. It got to the point my whole list was full of people I blocked. And you know how like Kiki Palm was like, I'm lonely because I realized everybody I blocked. I didn't have people. I didn't give them a chance. I was like, oh, that resonated, but I wasn't
Yeah,
lonely.
I seen that. I seen that video. Mm-hmm.
I was not lonely because here's my theory: if they were okay losing me, then they are saying that, then they're okay losing me.
Right.
If you don't, I don't treat people. I don't treat none of y'all like you're disposable. Oh, what nice one. I don't treat none of y'all like you're disposable at all, because I know you're not. It's easy to love me. It's easy to care for me as a friend because I treat y'all the same way all around the board. But if you make it hard for me to be me, if you make me feel like I'm nothing, like I don't matter, then you can afford to lose me. And nothing's colder than a Leo's cutoff game. Everybody felt it. One person actually tried it. I'll give it like 2018. There was this dude when Fortnite was like big and popping. There was this dude named, he was Asian. Um, we'll call him K because that was his name. He was me and Adrian's friend, and he was like, "Yo, Adrian, I love Zay. She's really cool. I know I'm underage. Da 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 da. I love her as a friend. You know, she's dope. I love playing games with her." And one day, he was like, she was, and I told everybody in chat, don't send me. I wrote out a formal letter. I said, I see everybody sending me the fucking Fortnite invites. When have you seen me play this game? Not at all. If you consider me as my friend, then know this: if you send me a Fortnite invite, I will remove you from my friends list, which because you wasn't considerate over what I said. You know, my words are I don't like Fortnite, so stop. Like it literally, I would like play with Adrian Dark Souls, and it was literally to the point where I could not find my Fortnite invite. I could not find that shit at all. Like I literally was struggling. I was like, where the fuck is my Fortnite invite? I mean, not my Fortnite, but my fucking Dark Souls invite because it was flooded with fucking Fortnite. So I wrote him a formal letter, and back then on the PlayStation 4, it was very hard to do. Very. Uh, and I did it with not keyboard and mouse, but I did it with the controller. Long story short, I sent it out, told everybody about it, and Kay decided he was gonna be funny and send me a Fortnite invite request. And Adrian was like, I tried telling him, I told him, and I was like, Adrian was like, Zay. And next thing you know, I just deleted him. I was like, she was like, what happened? And then like a couple of days, he didn't even know what happened. He's like, man, I can't talk to Zay. Can you talk to her? Tell her I was just joking. And she was like, he was like, I was there when she blocked you, but I didn't know who she was blocking. And I was like, he thought this shit was funny. So now he's going to learn the hard way. He lost a friend. Because if anybody could treat me like that, and especially unnecessary drama, I don't do drama. Yes, a Leo sign is like, oh, drama. No, I don't do drama. Save that shit for your mama. I end it. The only reason why it seems like Leos get into drama is because everybody hates on us. We come with love, we leave with love, but everybody else is like, oh, we see that light, we hate it, the sun, da 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 da. But no. So yeah, I blocked his ass, and he was upset about it. He begged Adrian for weeks to add me back to his friends, my friends list, and I told him no. And I didn't even respond. I told Adrian, I said, let my silence be a lesson to him. It's a fucking no. You just don't treat people and their requests like they're irresponsible. People who care wouldn't try those shits. They wouldn't try to. They wouldn't try you. So yeah, no. And that's what happened. So my cutoff game and who I am as a person is still there. I could easily walk away from you as if there is no feelings. That is my ultimate toxic. But I don't do that because everybody in this chat is somebody I really truly care for. And to do that would hurt me more than I would say. But if you hurt me like that, then you can afford the amount of pain that you caused me to feel in the first fucking place.
I don't know. I feel like people that end up doing shit like that, or like if a person can get mad over something so fucking redundant, over something so asinine, and like I don't know. I feel like the way that society now it is, I mean, I'm not saying that it hasn't always been like that, but I feel like it's more prevalent now, especially within like the new generation, where people do little things and expect results, like certain results, and then when you don't give them those results, they spaz the fuck out. But so you mean to tell me that if I was to do the same thing to you, you wouldn't feel some kind of certain way, but it's okay for you to do it to me? Like, and if it does happen like that, then we should be able to sit down and talk about it like the fucking respective adults that we're supposed to be, because that's what a relationship and a friendship is supposed to be. We're supposed to be able to work through shit like that. We're always gonna have disagreements. We're always gonna have our times where we may not like each other. Doesn't mean we don't love each other. But if we can't resolve those issues, then what the fuck is even the point? You know? And like,
Hey,
as far as
I'm
like
about to
the
hop off
what's
of
wrong
here.
with,
Good night, Terrence.
okay, good
Y'all have a
night.
good night.
You have a safe
You
time
too.
at
Catch you
Sleep
work.
later.
well.
Thank you.
You're
Toodaloo.
welcome.
Toodaloo.
Bye bye.
Um, but no, like I don't like people that do shit for people just because they expect a certain result. Because then that's just really fucking selfish. And if it's one thing I don't like is selfish people. I can't stand that shit. It's okay to be selfish for yourself when you need to choose yourself, but to sit there and be selfish towards other people is an absolute fuck no. It's a no. If you're sitting here and you're doing these things for me, oh, like I got you this, or like, oh, I got you that, or hey, I got you this because I noticed that you wanted it, and then you expect something in return, and when I don't give it to you, and then nah, it's gonna be a fuck no for me. When I do something, I do it because I genuinely want to. Because it's the way that I show my love. That's who I am as a person. Like, I come with love. And if you don't reciprocate it, then that's fine. Like, I don't always need a thank you. I don't always need, like, I do it because I want to. And that's because, like, I notice the little things, you know? Like, I don't understand how people can just, I don't get it. It never astonishes me on how freaking selfish and inconsiderate people can be.